I don't know. Are we ready?
I don't think so.
You're not ready?
I'm not ready. All right, so this is videotaping, right?
Yeah,
Taping.
go ahead.
All right. Hi, guys. I am Colleen Goswish, and I'm a chemistry teacher. And to my left is...
Hi, I'm Bill Kane. I'm also a chemistry teacher.
All right, what we're doing here is we're giving you a presentation on the flipped classroom. Bill and I have been researching flipped classrooms for about 2 years, and we just went to a conference in Chicago, which was really neat, and we are both going to flip our chemistry classroom this fall. Keep your fingers crossed for us, and we wanted to tell you a little bit about the stuff.
Sure. Sounds good. Sounds good. So one of the questions that you might have is, what is a flipped classroom and how is it different from what the traditional classroom is? Here's the basic idea. In a traditional classroom, it's a little bit more teacher-driven. You've got your rows of desks facing forward. Homework is basically gone over in class when the kids get in the class. Students wind up being talked to while notes are being taken. There's a short question period at the end, hopefully, and at the end of the period, you assign homework and you move on to the next day.
In the flipped classroom, it's going to look like chaos, but it's actually managed chaos. The flipped classroom is very student-centered. It's literally flipping the classroom. The kids are doing the lectures at home, and the homework is being done in the class. Actually, hopefully, being done by them in the class. They'll be working in collaborative groups of your size, 3 to 4 kids or whatever you choose. There's going to be lots of one-on-one time. There'll be time for more labs and activities. It's going to be a mastery learning.
Mastery also.
Yeah. So, and the lectures, you're taping the lectures, and they typically say between 7 and 10-minute lectures that the kids will watch at home, or we could always download it on a USB or burn it to a DVD if the kids don't have internet, but a lot of the kids we get have internet at home or even on their phones. And we're going to have laptops in the classroom now, so the lectures are flexible enough for the kids that don't have internet at home that maybe you can squeeze them into the classroom too.
Sometimes in a flipped classroom, one of the things that goes on is students who haven't watched a video at home will actually get onto a device in the classroom, put some earbuds in, and watch the required lecture before they're allowed to start.
Any activity, yeah. They'll be watching that in the classroom and then go on to the lab. So back to that very first bullet point, it looks like chaos, but it's actually a managed chaos situation.
Like we said, it's a lot more student-centered that way. All right. Time management. In the traditional classroom, what Colleen and I have been noticing is that we've got enough time in our traditional classroom of having a 5-minute warm-up activity, go over homework for 10 or 15 minutes, lecture on new stuff for 20 to 25 minutes because you have questions during the lecture, and then give them 5 to 10 minutes for guided practice and homework that they have to go home and do.
Hopefully go home and do. That's the catch.
This is true.
With the flipped classroom format, the warm-up activity will still be 5 minutes, then you'll go over the actual video and see if there are any questions on the video. And then they'll be doing the work, guided practice, the homework in class, the problems in class, so that you're there to help them with the actual problems. Or you'll be doing a lab or an activity of some kind for the majority of the class.
So you can see already here, you're gaining 20 to 25 minutes every day in class of them actually doing things and having time to guide them rather than only having 5 to 10 minutes. Typical workflow starts out kind of like this. You assign your students to watch certain video assignments. You can give them a timeline, a calendar, or you can assign them day by day. Typically, I don't think we're going to go for more than 3 days a week assigning students to watch a video. Then you can do practical discussions in class, doing problems, doing little activities, which can lead into deeper problems, possibly labs. Inquiry-type labs are more possible now because students should have a little bit more deeper understanding. And then finally, you go into a little quiz or a little assessment, which would fall back into assigning a new video.
In terms of the actual work done in the class, the idea is instead of lecturing to the kid and then saying, here's a worksheet, and the kid going home going, what is this? I have no clue what's going on. I'm not doing this anymore. The kids are watching the podcasts, the videos at home, and then they're doing the work in class so that when they say, what is this, I don't get this, you swan over and say, well, it's, here's where you got to put this number in this and you got to do that. So you are giving them one-on-one instruction for the work that they have to complete in order to understand the concepts.
Okay, so why flip? Number one reason, there's more time in class for one-on-one things. You can do activities, you can do labs, you can do demonstrations, you can get into deeper problems. All the things that we've been wanting to do because we keep on cutting more and more curriculum.
And projects, don't forget projects.
Ooh, projects, yes.
Allows for better differentiated instruction, so you can concentrate on the kids who are struggling, and the ones who aren't are basically moving ahead. That's another thing that's nice about the flip. If you've got kids who are sitting in class bored to death because they already get this stuff, they can move on. They could grab a laptop maybe and move on to the next concept and keep moving on.
Self-guided learning. Students also have the benefit of being able to pause their teacher. How often have we taught in class and we've been asked, stop, don't go any farther forward, don't erase that, I want to write that down.
Yeah.
Well, now the kids can do that. Heck, they can rewind if they zoned off for a moment too. These are actual comments that students at the Flip conference that we went to talked about. That was one of the most talked about benefits. Students are allowed to learn on their own time. They can use these videos to review before their tests. They can go back through all the videos. And because they've got access to this anytime they want, so many of them have a digital device on them 24/7. They're going to be able to gain a deeper understanding of the subject because they have access to it.
Don't forget that the video they're watching not only includes the concepts in the science, in my chemistry, but also going to include some of the examples of the math that goes along with it so that they can follow the examples. And then they can come in the next day and say, hey, where did you get this number? Why is this? And you go through that in the first 10, 15 minutes of class, going over some of the questions and answers of the pod videos.
It's okay. Podcast and video is synonymous. We're going to use the word videos, though, because people tend to think that they need an iPod to watch them. All right. What does a teacher need to flip? Well, it's pretty simple. We've already been given by the district almost everything that we need to flip. You need a computer, you need a camera and a microphone. It turns out that the district has given us all three of those in one package. We need screen capture software, but at any rate, there are free screen capture software out there that we can talk about. You need a place to store your videos. Again, there are free places for that. And having a tablet is nice,
but not necessary.
But it's not necessary. We've already got tablets built into our computers, so that'll work out rather nicely. One of the big key concepts here, the philosophy that you want to remember, is do you want it perfect, or do you need it by Tuesday? How often are we perfect in our own classrooms?
I'm always perfect.
I always make mistakes. So. All right, resources for screen capture. This is pretty simple. We got some free stuff. There's screener.com. It runs directly from the browser, which is very nice for us because we don't have to bug tech to install any software for us. We just have to use it. It works fine. There is another competing piece of software out there that also runs directly from the browser that's called Screencast-O-Matic. I personally like it a little bit better. And one of the reasons why I like it better is that it can be installed onto your desktop, so you don't have to go to the website every single time to run it. Both of these allow you to save in any format that you want. Save directly to your computer. This one, ShowMeWhat'sWrong.com, is one that I'm actually going to use. It's made by Screencast-O-Matic, and the best way for me to show you this is to actually show you how. So we flipped over to Firefox right now. This is ShowMeWhat'sWrong.com. You can see what I've done. I filled in William Kane. I filled in my email address, and I'm clicking on Generate here. Oops. Here we go. So when you click on Generate, it gives you this URL here. And basically what you do is when you click on this URL, let me show you, you give that URL to a student, and the student uses that to, I don't know, let's see, who should I be? Billy. I am the student Billy that needs some help. So I can click Start Recording as a student. I don't need any software, and you can see that what we've done here is we just started recording. We've got a 5-minute maximum that we can record. I can flip over to another place, and I can say, hey, Mr. Kane, I'm having trouble logging into my summer class. When I click on it, you can see absolutely nothing is happening, Mr. Kane. Can you please help me? When I click on stop, what happens is it processes the video. It then uploads the video, and it sends an email to me at my email address here at school.
So this is a method of communicating with students via email and videocasts, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Here we go. So here, I've got a brand new email, showmewhat'swrong.com. Billy has submitted a screencast for you. I click on that. I've got 7 days to view this, but I click on it, and what I can do now is I can view this screencast. What we've done here is we just started recording. We've got a 5-minute maximum that we can record. I can flip over to another place, and I can say, hey, Mr. Kane, I'm having trouble logging into my... Okay, so I can pause that, I can play it, and another thing that's pretty powerful here is that I can actually download this and save it if I need to. Possibly put it up to show students the fix, or there's a possibility of having students submit projects through this. A 5-minute maximum should be enough to do a presentation on a cell part, or maybe on an element, or even on a bad movie physics with this.
It's awesome.
All right.
It's a communication device.
It's a communication device. So let's see, what else do we have here? Jing project needs to be installed, something that we've used before called Jing. And of course, there are places that charge for this sort of thing. Snagit is made by TechSmith, and it's a very basic screen capture. It captures images and video. And what we have, Camtasia, it's a little bit more advanced. It allows you to edit your videos. So when you make mistakes, you can actually edit them out. All right, so resources for storing videos. Places to store videos. YouTube is probably one of the best places to store it, simply because it's out there and YouTube takes care of all the work. Other things like TeacherTube and Vimeo and Screencast.com, all are out there and all have free video storage for fee. There is a place called eduvision.tv that is currently starting up. All right, resources for storing documents. Places to store documents. I've been using Dropbox, and so has
I've been using Dropbox too.
I know several other teachers have been using Dropbox. I very much like Dropbox. Some people have been using SharePoint. One of the bad parts is we learned this summer that SharePoint is being phased out probably at the end of this year or possibly next year.
And we all know how user-friendly SharePoint is.
Google Drive has some free stuff too that allows you to store documents up there also. Personally, Dropbox is the one I like. Microsoft SkyDrive also has some free online storage. There are others out there also. As far as fees, most of the above can be expanded for a fee, so you can get more. The key here is use what you're most comfortable with. All right, don't use something that you don't enjoy or you don't like. And as far as mastery learning is concerned, that's going to be something that we're really going to be experimenting a bit with this year, figuring out how to do it and how to do it well. Some technology that we want to try and start using this year is Moodle. I know several other teachers in the department are on board with that and are near enough to use it.
Yeah, a lot of schools use Moodle, a lot of teachers in schools.
And then Quizdom is another one. All right, I think that's about it.
Okay, if you guys have, let's see. Yeah, that looks like everything. Any questions? You come and talk to either Bill or Bill.
Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah, no problem.